It is 9 o'clock. Not a little loud. Okay. Okay, it's 9 o'clock and I'll call the meeting of the Codington County Board of Commissioners to order. And let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I think it's my turn. Oh, yeah, okay.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, number 2 is call for public comments, so the public can make comments. We have a space in the agenda toward the end. This would be about things that are not on the agenda. Or you can do it in person or by telephone. Numbers are 605-882-6248 or 605-882-6297. Number 3, are there any conflict of interest items?
None.
No. None for me. Okay, I would entertain a motion to approve today's agenda. Motion by Ben Duzen.
I'll second.
Second by Schwer. Any changes or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We'll say no. Okay, that motion carries. And we will probably have a need for a brief executive session on number 2, legal issues. So. Okay, number 5, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
A motion by Johnson, second by Waterman. Any additions or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Say no. Okay, monthly reports. Oh, he's not.
Steve is
he
not
can't
here. He
make it,
sent
so-
the written report.
Yeah,
for you.
so yeah, Steve sent a written report. You can take a look at it there just to go over it. Ag building, just being the ag buildings, hosting meetings and auctions and minor events. For the courthouse, looking at carpeting for the second floor courtrooms, replacing the carpet up there in the adjacent rooms. For the detention center, still waiting on the toilets and the urinals. Park revenue. So as of this year, we have $47,840 worth of reservations. It looks at 53.1 cents too. That's pretty good. And then since February 1st, and then the insurance company is looking at some of the estimate charges for the park shop water damage. So we've been talking about. And then for weed equipment is being prepared for the upcoming spring season. Anybody, anything to add to Steve's report? Yeah, thank you, Steve. All right. Next up, we have the highway superintendent. Rick, you're up.
Morning, Rick.
All right.
Good morning.
It's like already?
What's
I
that?
said you're like already?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Nice day. Well, the guys have been working on gravel roads, pulling the shoulders in, trying to get them shaped up, and the gravel roads have been just taking a beating lately. I sent Lee some pictures this morning, and the frost boils are coming out, and anywhere there's water next to the road, it's just getting clobbered. And right now there's not a lot I can do. That one of them's like 310 feet long and the other one was like 240 feet long, and there's a picture of a rod that when I'm checking roads that it's roughly 4.5 feet. And he'll bring a picture up here.
You want the rod or which one you want?
The one where it's stuck in the middle of the road.
Got balls.
That one. That rod is roughly 4.5, 5 feet long, and I just pushed it in with my bare hands. I didn't pound it in the road. That muck coming out the middle.
And that's the road that was on the previous picture, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's
quite a foil.
we've got that going on right now. So roughly 4 or 5 feet down, it's still just mush. And I had heard from some of the locals around there that somebody needed to haul hay. And they just kept going and going and going. And then a guy went to feed his cows and his silage wagon got stuck in the middle of the road. going for a little while. You know, so if it looks like that on the gravels, it looks like that under the asphalt. And we still currently have the load limits on. I'll take them off if you want them off. But my personal opinion, they stay on for a little while longer. I've talked to a couple of the other counties, and some of them have taken them off and some of them still have them on. They're having the same issues that we are. So
I talked to a trucker yesterday, I come across from Florence to my place. He said the road limit signs were off. So there was they
in
signs
Clark
that-
County, they're on in Codington.
No, he was
Unless somebody took them off.
he was in Codington County.
No, we did not take them off. They should be up.
He said there wasn't any signs up.
Yeah, well, usually it starts at the beginning of each road.
Mhm.
Like if he'd come off Highway 20,
Yeah,
and took
that's-
County Road 6 across,
Mhm.
there should be one right there. I'll check it out.
According to him, there wasn't there. He said, good to see the load limits off.
Yeah,
So-
well,
Rick,
go ahead.
how fast does this, will this take care of itself? I mean, how fast will we see that come out? I mean,
With
when
the
we're
rain
talking
and
about the
stuff-
load limits and leaving those on, that is a burden, but on the flip side, we don't want our asphalt just being shelled either.
Yeah, it's bad enough we have to try and repair the gravel,
Mhm.
but hopefully in the next week or two, things will turn around, with the moisture we had. They're talking maybe a little moisture again this weekend.
Yeah,
And that helps knock some of that out of there. And it's supposed to be 80 degrees today, that'll help. But some of the deeper ones, it just takes a little while, so.
Yeah.
But if you guys want them off, I'll take them off, but my personal opinion, we leave them on for another week or two, so. But moving on,
Can I just ask a question on that? So,
Okay.
I mean, that's gonna affect the cost of fixing these things. I mean, it's just gonna get worse if we don't leave it on, is what it sounds like to me.
yeah, if that was an asphalt road and it got tore up like that.
Yeah.
You're looking at thousands of dollars to fix that. Where this, I can go in and take some of that out and put some rock in there
Mhm.
and it'll pack into that mud. Sometimes
Right.
it's got to get a little bit better because when you start looking at 5 feet of mud, you get to use a lot of rock.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, okay.
hopefully it's gotten a little better than what it was the week before. So,
I would recommend that we just leave them on for another week,
Yep.
reevaluate it
Yep.
in 1 week.
and that's what I do is I go out and I check all the time, and a lot of our gravel roads are soft.
Yeah,
And they just, and the farmers are in the field they've got stuff to do, and it just takes time,
right.
to work this out. So, and the blades are out working every day and rolling stuff over and trying to get stuff dried up, but it just,
I think we do need to give the producers out there a time. Maybe if we visit this on a weekly basis
Yep.
Mhm.
and go week by week, and say, that, for sure in a couple of weeks they'll be off.
Yeah.
And they'll probably tolerate it then.
Yeah.
But
and
they're getting anxious.
I'm out there every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the
Several
thing
times.
is nobody knows the roads better than our highway superintendent who drives them and looks at them every day. That's his job to make sure that they're in good, safe condition for the public. And if you're recommending that we leave them on for another week and then reevaluate, I would absolutely agree with that. So,
Because last year it wasn't quite that bad, and we had a semi that decided he
Yeah.
was gonna haul 96,000 pounds across one of our gravel roads and got stuck in the middle of the road. We don't need that either, so that's why we have the load limits on, and there's always somebody trying to skirt around something. So
You better go check that County Road 6, because they're,
I will,
there's a,
when I leave here, I'll head right
Yeah.
there.
it's probably laying in the ditch in the grass.
It wouldn't surprise me. Okay, the guys are still crack sealing roads. The cracks are still open. That'll be coming to an end here shortly. The paint stripers, I heard from those guys that they didn't finish last year. They still have the fog lines to paint on all of our county roads in the southeast corner of the county. From Highway 81 all the way to the county line, and then from 212 all the way to the county line. That whole southeast corner, they still have the fog lines to paint on that, and we've been down doing a little brooming to try and get that cleaned up, so when they do show up, we're ready for them. Mark Yunker will be starting the bridge inspections pretty soon. And he's got about half the bridges to do this summer.
Yeah.
So hopefully we don't get any more dings on weight restrictions on bridges. Emergency management, we'll be working with those guys. Sounds like there's going to be a disaster declaration for the flooding this spring. The county itself did not have, all we did was lost some gravel. And we've got 6 spots that I think added up to like 9,100 ton of gravel. So there's a little bit of expense there, but it's not huge. Like some of the townships that I heard really took a hit.
Yeah.
So we got by pretty good. You know, we'll deal with our frost boils and stuff like that, but we didn't have culverts washed out or anything, so. But anybody have any questions? That's about all I have.
No, I was passing through Huron last weekend and went by the place that has all the culverts there, and they have a lot
Yep.
sitting on the lot.
They've always got culverts on hand, so.
That's
Yep,
good.
and the townships are getting pretty good about ordering their own culverts. They'll be delivered to our shop and then we'll load them, but that way. We don't have to go build the townships and all that stuff, so. It works out pretty good.
Wasn't there a shortage there for a while?
No, it wasn't a shortage, just price went up so
Okay.
high. When steel took a hit, everything,
Okay.
everything took a hit, so. Anything else?
You have number 7 on the
Yep.
action to advertise. So that's action to advertise and hire the highway department maintenance. Number 2 to fill the vacancy.
Yes, I've got a person that's going to retire. And so I need to advertise for that position, the maintenance 2 position.
Move to approve that.
Second. Motion by Van Duzen, second by Waterman. Any questions or discussions on that one? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Say no. Okay, that motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rick.
Thanks, Rick.
Rick.
Thank you, Rick.
Come on up, Jody.
All right, Jody.
Morning. Yeah, we had our first consumer decision making and horticulture skillathon last week. We have another one this Thursday. This qualifies kids to go to the state contest. We had YQCA, which is Youth Quality Care of Animals, for our livestock youth, along with some Hamlin County kids that came up also last week. We held our shooting sports awards night last Tuesday and we drew our raffle winners. So they are all getting contacted to pick up their winnings. This week is the Optimist Club and Extension Service, Police Department, bike safety inspections that I coordinate with the schools. Yesterday at Millette, we had 21 kids show up with their bikes. It took us about an hour and a half to get through them all. One of our members, Hank from the Midwest Bible Camp, he comes with all kinds of supplies and we oiled lots of chains. We filled up some tires. We kind of even helped the kids fix their bikes also instead of just inspecting them. And so we really helped out a lot of kids yesterday. I did get some donations of helmets from the Highway Safety Department. So we'll be giving away helmets to go with that also. This week I'm teaching junior achievement, the financial literacy program at third grade youth at McKinley School. And then last night we had horse safety for our horse participants at Joy Ranch, and one of my alumni taught that, along with some trailer safety with loading their horses. This week we have our dog meeting and we'll be starting dog in a couple weeks, and a special foods workshop at the end of this month for youth. And then we have our camp dates are June 5th, 6th, and 7th, where our youth will go down to the Methodist camp down at Lake Ponset. And this year we have 24 campers going. So hopefully the bus service in Watertown will let us use a bus again. And then my daughter's going to serve as a camp counselor as her second year going down to be a camp counselor also. So she'll be down there for all 3 camps. So it's good to have that. We have some chaperones already from our county. So we have 2 moms that have volunteered, just looking for a male chaperone yet to help us out. But hopefully we'll find one yet before June 5th. So
Good, this mean.
you
I
didn't
haven't-
win.
I
No,
didn't win.
thanks for playing. No, thanks for provided ticket. So
Thank
we
you.
hope to do that again next year. The kids really
you do
enjoyed it.
pretty well,
They
huh?
sold the tickets pretty fast, and they were coming back for more, so we just started with 400 tickets this year. It was the first time we did that, so.
Hmm.
So we can help buy supplies for our shooting sports program,
Mhm.
so,
So you should have done all right then.
yep, I think so. I
Right.
think so. We're not done with all the final things yet, but should be good, so.
Well, I didn't win.
We had some locals win, and then we did post it on our Facebook page too, the names of the winners and
Now if I
stuff,
just
so.
figured out what my notes are in the back. of this
I
thing.
know what they're for. Any questions?
Thank you,
All
Jody.
right, thank you.
Thanks, Jody.
Thanks,
A
Joe.
lot going on. Okay, number 8 is action to approve hiring
Good morning.
full-time correctional officer to fill a vacancy. Morning, Matt.
Good morning. We just had one person move West River, so we need to replace one full-time position. Just replacing the current position, but
Hmm.
one moved.
Move to
So
approve. Okay,
Motion by Ben, no.
Johnson.
Motion by
I'll
Johnson,
second.
second by Van
Whoever.
Duzen. Motion by Johnson, second by Van Duzen. Any questions? Discussion? You just, so this is, you already have somebody hired.
We'll advertise externally.
Yeah, okay, all right,
Good.
all right.
Good.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Hi,
Aye.
Opposed, say no.
thank you.
Thank you.
All carries. Okay, number 9, action to approve annual malt beverage license application renewals.
All right, I have those. This is an annual renewal for the malt beverage license. We have 4 of those in the county. First one is David Bluedorn, doing business as Rooster Bar. WJ Schmidt Enterprise Incorporated, doing business as South Fork Lounge. The Sisseton Wapaton Sioux Tribe, doing business as Dakota Sioux Casino. And then Joy. See, hold on here. This was the new one. Joy C. Nelson as Joy Ranch of South Dakota. The total amount for the renewal is $300, but that is split. $150 stays with the county and the other $150 goes to the state.
Move to approve.
Motion by Johnson,
I'll second it.
second by Schwer. Any other discussion? So it's just,
Just for Randy's sake. We used to, when we went through this process before, we usually would bring the sheriff in and find out if there's been any issues, with selling to minors and so on and so forth. But about 2 years ago now, we discontinued doing that. And he said that he would notify us, personally, if there was some issues that we should be aware of. So I feel comfortable without his indicating there's no problems, that we're good to go.
Oh, okay. That's
So that's how that works. Just for your information.
so it's an annual thing, so. Okay, any other discussion? No, hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We'll say no, that motion carries. 10,
All right, we have
transfer
several.
payment.
Yes, several claims. So we do have the 911 payment that goes to the city, so.
I'll be
Commissioner Van
excusing
Duzen
myself.
will recuse himself from this one. So this is for $24,180.32, and this reflects the March payment that we will remit to the city of Watertown.
Is there a motion to approve that one?
So moved.
So motion by Schwer, second by Johnson. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We'll say no. With that, Bill.
Okay, and then we also have the April postage that will be paid to Bourne's Group in the amount of $3,605.68. And for a couple individuals in the treasurer's office for their notary. This goes to the Secretary of State for in the amount of $60. And then the Visa, Rely Bank Visa for the sheriff's office in the amount of $601.78.
So moved.
So motion by Van Duzen, second by Waterman. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We'll say no. Okay, that motion carries. Number 11, action to approve automatic budget supplements.
None today.
And for that.
No personnel.
travel request, I think I did see it.
We have one travel request. It is for an individual in the highway department. It is for training.
So move.
A motion by Johnson. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Schwer. Any other questions? Discussion, hearing none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Say no. Okay, that motion carries. Okay, public notices, possible quorum of commissioners will be in attendance at. Mr. Johnson will get out his calendar at this time.
I don't think so.
I don't think there is, yeah. I'm not-
Me,
I don't think there is. Anything, so. Oh, any old business? This.
no,
Okay, thanks. Hey, if there's. You want to talk, yeah, you can talk about that if you want, does you want to?
It's not on the agenda.
We'll
but
talk in a second.
It's,
All right.
it's a security thing,
Okay,
so.
all right. Okay, so any old business, number 15. Number 16, any new business?
no,
I think you did have something for the open, but mental health awareness. Month.
Yeah, I do. This is Mental Health Awareness Month. And every year we take a picture with our green ribbons, and that's posted on social media. So I would just ask that we do that in recognition of Mental Health Awareness Month following our meeting today. And I also have one more item, if I may, Mr. Chair. So this is National Police Week. And it occurs every May. And back in 1962, President Kennedy proclaimed May 15th, which was yesterday, as National Police Officers Memorial Day, and the calendar week in which May 15th falls as National Police Week. Established by a joint resolution of Congress back in 1962, National Police Week pays special recognition to those law enforcement officers who have lost their lives in the line of duty and the safety and protection of others. And that is this week. And so with that being said, I would like to also bring to your attention that here just a couple weeks ago, former Pennington County Sheriff's Deputy Katie Lysing, who was a deputy with the St. Croix County Sheriff's Office over in Wisconsin. It's about 100 miles direct east of here, lost her life in a on-duty related shooting where she was gunned down by an individual who later took his own life. So just remember her and remember all those law enforcement officers who continue to pay the ultimate price this week. It's just a way of paying tribute to what they continue to do day in and day out. So thank you, law enforcement, for what you're doing. Members of our Sheriff's Department, Police Department, South Dakota Highway Patrol, thank you very much. And this is National Police Week. So thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Any public comments in it? So, all right. I think we have a need to go into executive session. I know we do one for possible litigation, and yes, we did have a safety security issue as well. So with
move to go to executive session.
motion by Johnson to go into executive session, second by Waterman, and don't anticipate any decisions afterwards. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Say no, that motion carries.
Thank you, everyone.